Yeah, they tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small, that you were too young. They tell you the chance is too slim, the world is too big, but you say how come? I'm ready to light a new fire, raise a new flag, to cross a new sea. And if I'm ever the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll never stop running. It's something like a shadow in the valley, colossal. Open up your eyes, young one, and be watchful. Behind closed doors, trying to write a new gospel. They are not God, they're not even apostles. I come with the dumb drum banging you breathless. Enemies freeze, left bent and defenseless. Straight for the chest of anybody against us. The more they resist it, the more that they tempt us. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. So I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running.
Wow. Hi, guys. How about that? How about getting on screen right now? Yeah. How about getting online early or on time or whatever it is? How's your day? It is Tuesday. At least here it's Tuesday. And people are getting timed out by Nightbot for cursing. Is it? Are you? Hi. Early and blurry. That's me. Early and blurry. Am I though? Pixel. I'm pixelated. You know what I'll do? I'm going to turn off this Twitch window, which is showing me. Maybe that'll help. Just less stuff going on. Yeah, so here we are. We are here. Today, as requested, I'm going to do I've got the session open for Open Door right here. Crank up the bit rate. Here's the thing, guys, for those of you that haven't joined the stream, haven't checked this channel out before, my internet is mediocre. And it I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Like 80% of the time, 70% of the time, it's pretty good. And then like the rest of it, it's like, but somebody said in the chat, potato internet. I have potato internet. I have steamed broccoli internet. It's just kind of like, meh, yeah, it's just there. It's a thing. Gets the job done, but it's nothing special. Nothing really all that good. The good news is you can at least hear the music, even when the screen gets all pixelated. Generally, the music still works. And to me, that's like the most important thing. Yeah. It's cold French fries internet. It's boiled chicken with salt and pepper internet. Oh shit, we got a hype train happening right now. Hype train. Are we gonna earn exclusive emotes, you guys? Is that what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna earn exclusive emotes. What kind of internet do I have? I like this game. This is funny. I have like 6-year-old golden retriever internet. It's not a puppy. It's not like an exceptional dog. It's just a nice dog. It works. It's a good dog. Tuna Jello. Now, Tuna Jello internet, that's gross internet. That's like I ate some of that trail mix before I sat down here. It was not I'm going to be like going in my mouth. Oh shit, we hit the next level of the hype train. You guys are doing your thing right now. Jeez. Is this because I got on time? Is this because it's 10 o'clock? Peach tea internet. Brown dog internet. What kind of dog is that? He's brown. I have like 2002 Honda Accord internet. Just, get you from one place to another. You're right. I shouldn't be mean to doggos. I certainly don't have any kind of cat internet because that's shitty internet. Coke Zero internet. All right. So, as requested, we are in Pro Tools today, and since I rearranged the windows on screen, shout out to Twitter for saying that the screen was too busy. Yeah, I moved some things around, so now you can see a little better. This is... Why don't I remember? Did I open this session for you guys before? I haven't, have I? I'm thinking of the Ren for Short session. I'm thinking of the Ren session where you saw those tracks and stuff, and they were all color coordinated and beautiful. So this is me normally. I didn't color coordinate this session. It's just, yeah. But I want to show you something. I did add some color. So this talkback mic is me talking up here at the top. If you recall, I played you the Milan demo that this came from. The Milan demo was actually originally faster. It was like 100 beats per minute or something. And this one, I when I mashed it up with this other one that I called Cactus something or other, I set the tempo at 92. So up here in the middle, kind of off to the right here, that's where you see all that stuff. And yeah, and I named some of the things, like the tracks, like I named them after the session they came from in case I needed to go back and, change them or get other parts. You guys might recall when I first started streaming is when I was like working on Open Door, and I was like working on parts. I had my phone out and I was just like doing Instagram Live off my phone. And oh wow, we're at a level 5 on the hype train. Nice. Killing it this morning. Yeah, Cactus Forest. Nice. Good memory. You wrote this shit down. It's very creepy. So I had 2 demos. I asked the fans, which one should I do? The vote was around even. I decided to mash them up. I was like, oh, they're actually in the same key. The tempos are not too far from one another. And I mashed them up. And they became this. And then I did another Instagram live session where I was playing some guitar and I was like messing around with this sound here. So this was the chop salad. That's underneath the chorus. And then there's the post-chorus has. And same thing on the bridge. Oh, I labeled it pre-chorus for some reason. I put this guitar on it. Remember that? Some of you were there. Man, you guys were there. Can't believe we hit level 5 on the hype train. You guys are just, you're monsters. You're just so hype. Yeah, lots of cool sound. This barrel sound I was really having to like work on in the mix because I had to find the right. On its own, it's a pretty fat like sound. If I take these plugins off. Right? You can imagine, like, if that was happening the entire song, it'd be like, in the beginning, you're like, damn, that sounds huge. And then, like, a minute later, you're like, turn that shit down. Yeah, so those are all the sounds. And then you get down here, and then I have my vocals on it. So, yeah, we can. We'll take a quick peek at those, and then I'll show you some of the other vocals. So yeah.
They tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small, that you were too young. They tell you the chance is too slim.
And then the chorus vocals. These were mine.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Let me just play you. I'll play you those with my original harmonies if I can find them. Here we go. So this was my original chorus.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, well, no, we'll never stop running.
So that's just me. And I when I did that, I was like, oh shit, sorry, screen.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here.
So these guys right here are really the ones that are playing. Those are my leads. And those are some of my backups. My backup vocals, my backing tracks. So all this is for like when spinning wheel of doom. All right. When I did my vocals on this, it wasn't intended to be like, here's the final polished vocal. It was like, oh, I have an idea for a part, and I sang it a bunch of times and then comped together the takes that I liked. As you can see, if you can see all of these little gray things here on the left, as I was mixing this, I added, there's just a lot of plugins going on. Got auto-tune on a lot of things on the singing parts. I've got, so Nectar is a plugin that I use a lot on vocals when I'm moving quickly. I can layer in like, it's a plugin that holds other plugins. So basically, here's this vocal without stuff on it. Let me just give you that.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Actually, I'll give it to you with no auto-tune, just so you can hear.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming.
So that has like some reverb on it and some delay. you know, just because people, when you say auto-tune, they're like, auto-tune, like can you not sing? It's like, no, I mean, I hit the notes. I could hit them better. I could, they're not perfect. And rather than singing them 1,000 times to get them there, auto-tune helps you just nail the tweak the pitch. You can actually make it more or less tuned, depending on how you want it to feel. So here's an example of like, when you guys hear auto-tune, you just automatically think of like anything from T-Pain to Travis Scott. But here's an idea of how auto-tune like really works, for at least if you're using it like, I'm going to go ahead and say tastefully. Humanize the flex tune, humanize these two in the bottom left and top right. Those will smooth out transitions more. Like it'll allow it to be more and less robotic. But the thing that really makes it robotic is, number one, the retune speed, and number two, the classic button up here. Because classic is like old school auto-tune, where that's what like T-Pain was using, classic auto-tune, I think. So
we're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door.
So I don't do that. I mean, if you listen to Chester's vocals on Hybrid Theory, like, we were using old auto-tune and like Waves Tune, I think, at that point. And sometimes we decided to like really just tune the hell out of it. Like, there's a lot of tuning on some things, just because we liked how it sounded. And then there were other songs where we like didn't use it very much, and other parts where we didn't use it at all. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, well, I don't want to like put a bad piece of, like, an incorrect piece of information in the Linkin Park like dictionary or the thesaurus or whatever. However, I think that some of those tracks, like maybe One Step Closer, let's just say generally some of those tracks, we would do layers of vocal, and some of them would be tuned and some of them would not be. And that created like a rub that was kind of cool. Like the note would rub. So maybe I can show you an example of that. So if I do this, if I put all three of these in, so these three vocals are, it's a beast of a session. There's a lot of tracks. So these three vocals are right here. This one, and this one. Okay. The main one is this first one, and that's a mono vocal panned right in the middle. And then on the sides of it, I've got this one, it has a plugin called X Split, which basically makes it stereo. And then I've got a different kind of stereo plugin made by the company that makes autotune called the Avox Duo. Duo basically treats your vocal like, it slightly changes the pitch and the time to make another stereo pair, but it does it in a way that the other plugin doesn't. So in other words, I'm creating, out of three vocals, I'm creating at least 5. So a left and right on this one and a left and right on this one. Okay? What I'm going to do here is I'll show you what it sounds like if I super tune all three, and then if I do less tuning on, I don't know, on one or both of the other ones. So here's what it sounds like if I, oops, it's taking a second to load these. So here's super tuning all three.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming.
Okay, that's all three super tuned. Now I'm going to take just one of them. Let's see the volumes on these. I'll take this middle one. I'll turn the middle one off. Okay, so now one of them is quote unquote out of tune.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming.
I just noticed there's a thing on this middle one that adds a high harmony. Actually, it's an octave. It's the little altar boy. Listen.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Okay, so it adds this high resonance. So where I had it set before was about like this, where it's like half tuning it. And you'll notice like when it's catching, when this thing goes dark, that's basically when it's not working.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Oh, that vocal's pitchier. I had this turned up more, I think, because this one was pitchier than the other one.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here.
Okay, so that one's needed a little more tuning than the lead vocal. The lead vocal, I probably spend a lot more time actually singing. So let's do this. Let's take the lead vocal. Oops. Yikes. Yeah. Let's turn the lead vocal auto-tune off.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Turn this one off too.
Some way to get out of here. A plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door.
So to me, that starts to sound like, oh, okay. That sounds like the best version of the way I could sing it. And I didn't sing it that good, but I got a little assist. Got a little assist from Pro Tools on that one. So I think that's pretty much, those are some techniques, like those are some things that I used on my vocal that I used on other vocals on this track. So I didn't want to, I'll show you those there, but we're not going to do that to every single, the other people's vocals and whatever. The other way to tune a vocal is more time consuming. And on this track, I didn't do it because there are so many tracks. If I was working with a song where it's not about layering vocals, it's about having one really good vocal, then what I would do is I'd use Melodyne. And Melodyne, you could go in and to like with every single note, you have to like tune it individually. You can select all and have it just run its program and it'll assign notes to things and whatever. Kind of like the way when I hit quantize on a beat and it just kind of pushes them to the right spot. Imagine it doing that with notes. It'll do that. But if something is off enough, then you're kind of like, you just notice it. And I find that with Melodyne, I can really get into the perfect, like, this is the like way I want this note to bend, and this is how much tuning I want on this note, and less on that note, and more here and less here. It's like the whole process of doing stuff like that with a vocal is to get the note that's in your head, like to get it just right. Because I feel like anybody who can sing, and I'm an okay singer. I'm not like a great singer, but I'm no Adele. I'm no, who has like, credit to like guys like Harry Styles and Justin Bieber and whatever. They have really good control over their voices, and they can, they do these runs and flutter around on notes and hit all the notes and and of course all of those people, from all of them to every pop star you can think of, even to metal bands and so on, they are all like polishing their performances. It's not it's just part of the record making process, and it's not whether or not you do it. It's really how much do you do it and how tasteful is your execution. You rarely hear, like I noticed when, for example, the Killers started doing a lot less or even no tuning on the vocals or polishing on those. And you could tell, like Brandon's voice was very pitchy, and that was part of the aesthetic. And God, I mean, you really have to think like Adele. To my ear, it sounds like Adele doesn't really pitch her vocals. Because I can hear when she goes out of tune, and she does it in a way that sometimes it's like, oh, that's a little sharp. But, it's passionate and whatever, and you kind of go like, okay, like, sure. Adele's still relevant. I don't know if she's still relevant. I'm just saying she's a good singer. She's a great singer. Gaga, like, is a great singer. You know, if you want to talk relevant. Yeah, she's a great singer. So, like, when it comes to like doing this type of stuff, you don't want to fuck up their vocal by over engineering it. That's like a, you know, then it's like, why do that to a vocal if if it's like gonna be that, if their pitch is that good, and you know, so on. Let's listen to speaking of good vocals, let's listen to some of the other vocals on the track. So as I got the vocals in we got, you know, Deb here, Jesse here. I know, I'm just going to hit don't show. We might crash, but whatever. It's a big session. Jesse, Deb, Jor, iMaury, Sage, VP Talk, and Pershard. So, Sage, by the way, goes by Phantom. So, but I'm going to say Sage because I wrote Sage on all these. And I know I'm going to forget if I don't say Phantom. If I say Phantom, you're going to be like, which one is Phantom? So Phantom is Sage. I loved when I first heard Jesse's performance, and it came in with mine. And I asked, what happened is I heard all the, I didn't do screen. Sorry. So I heard all the, you know, #sing open door submissions. I was scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Twitter, and I didn't really see any on like anything else. I just saw them on those generally. Maybe a YouTube video here or there. So these are the folks that I basically went out to, and I was like, can you please send me your multi-tracks? Like if you already sang multis, great. If you didn't, could you please? And send them to me so I can start to like assemble a thing, because I'm not going to know. I don't want to choose vocalists in theory. I want to put them in the song and choose what sounds best in the song.
If I'm never the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me. I keep settling for so much less. Don't take what's given, just demand what's next.
So that's Jessie. I loved her vocal over mine on the pre-chorus. iMaury she gave me the most tracks. She gave me so many tracks of audio, and I removed hers on the pre-chorus were good, but she has such a her voice has a like higher like timbre, like nasal kind of quality that if I put it on the pre-chorus, it's jumped out too much. So I wanted something softer. So that we could transition, theoretically, we could transition from me being in the front to me being like standing next to someone to someone else standing in the front, right? It's almost like staging the performance. So I'm in the front here, and then another person enters.
Light a new fire, raise a new flag across a new sea. And if I'm never the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me.
And then my harmony. So that's when, and the chorus, I blended the iMaury vocal and the Jessie vocal. In fact, if you come up here, these are, let's see, where is the thing? So I have different groups. Main vocals group is everything from there all the way up to here. All these vocals were in my main vocals group. They're all shipping themselves down here to this line. Busing, we say. One thing you'll also notice is that her vocal kind of sounds like this, and that's intentional, because if you have too many bright vocals with a sibilance going on, meaning this sound, then you'll hear every difference in all those vocals, and the sibilance will start to like add up. So in other words, like all the S's, if you get one person, if you get like 10 people all singing this stuff, then all the t and s, all those things start to like blur together and get too loud. So on her vocal, what I did, which I usually do on vocals that are either background vocals or entering in behind another vocal, you can see this EQ right here. I shelved it off at around 10K and I dipped it all the way. It's a very aggressive scoop out of the vocal there. So I did that on that one. This one less, but I brought down the filter even lower. So here's what her vocal sounds like without those EQ moves on it.
I keep settling for so much less.
And then the EQ's back on.
Take what's given just to melt what's next.
So I really pushed the like note instead of the consonants, the vowels, not the consonants. Maury showed up in the chorus. Oh, Jesse was, let me just play you one more thing. So this was Jesse's lead in the chorus.
What's next? We're looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, but trees so we didn't see coming.
So you can, she's really like going for it with that vocal. I just liked the way she said some of those words. Like you can, first of all, it's funny because you can hear her accent when you hear it alone. But then when you put it with me, you hear it less. But the way she hits some of those notes
We're
is.
looking for an open door, so we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, but trees so we didn't see coming.
But coming is, I mean, I liked that. But then when I added that with this, I thought it was cool.
We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, launch way that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door.
So that's Maury's vocal. And that with Jesse, I thought I was like, yeah, that's the chorus. This is me too.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, plot twist so we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll never stop running.
So I've also got, she had a harmony that I thought was cool. Wait, was this harmony or a double?
We looking for an open door.
It's a low double. So that with her other one is like.
We looking for an open door, something we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here.
Deciding which vocals should have like reverbs and delays and effects, and which ones shouldn't, was a weird thing. I started with none of them, with all of them dry, with nothing, no effects on them. And then I just put it on the one, I started adding it one by one, starting with the lead. Because I started feeling like, okay, if there ends up being, I don't know, 60 tracks of vocals, then you're going to get inconsistencies. Obviously, already there's inconsistencies in the way that people are saying the words. Like plot twist versus plot twist. Like you're getting these inconsistencies that are going to start. Maybe you aren't going to be able to like understand the words. So I went, okay, so I need to work with that. I'm going to start by putting my effects. So if there's a delay, then I don't want to hear plot twist, twist, twist. I want to hear plot twist, twist, twist. And so I put it on my vocal, and then I put it on, I thought Jesse's had less, her vocal was, the pronunciation was similar to mine. I then added, and second half of the first chorus, we get some of Prashad's vocal in the background.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And
Ay. That's ProTools saying this is very difficult.
we're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. before. And when we get out of here, we'll.
And I just cut it there. Because the beat, I wanted the beat to cut out. So here's how it all sounded together. Yeah, Prashad, come on, man, that guy. Woo. You might say, wait a minute though, Mike, Prashad's vocal's really good. Why did you tuck it down so far in the background? And for me, I was like, okay, that's where I started to think, why don't I feature different people in different moments so that even though you're getting the same chorus each time, you're getting a slightly different combination of sounds. And then, I've got to stack them a really smart way so that different things show up at the right points. When you see a gray vocal like this, that generally means that I tried the vocal there and I said, no, I don't want to use that yet. Or I don't think I do. So I muted it. It's gray because it's muted. So what happens is you're introduced to, okay, this is what Mike's singing part sounds like. This is Jesse's voice. This is Maury's voice. And that's generally what you hear in the first chorus. In the second chorus,
The more they resisted, the more that they tempt us.
you notice all of these things are in, but Prashad is in from the top. Hear him more now. Like you can hear like the play from the top of that chorus. You can hear the play between the three of them. And then halfway through that, I brought in the two other male vocalists. So this is Phantom's vocal, Sage's vocal.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and...
So he gave me a vocal that was already tuned. Hi, Jesse. Jesse's in the chat. I bet some of our other vocalists are here. So we're just listening to Sage's vocal. So Sage gave me a vocal that was already like treated, and so I didn't put anything on his vocal. If you notice over here on the right or left. Let me see if I added his vocal on the top here. Oh, I also added Jor's vocal in the second half of this as well. And so his vocal sounds like this.
We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, some way to get out of here. Take off and...
So he has a really aggressive vocal already tuned the way he likes it. So he delivered that. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to touch that. I just put a little EQ on it. But his is actually a harmony. So here's Jesse, Jor, Maury. I'll leave my harmony out. Sage and the P-Talk. Oh, I didn't play the P-Talk vocals actually. Well, let's do that after. So here's that chorus with just them, no me.
We're looking for an open door.
Oh shit, we have to turn on Prashad. Okay.
We're looking for an open door, somewhere we didn't see before, somewhere to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming.
And more.
We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and
Never stop running.
I mean, when I heard that part, I was like, can you give me just that? Like, he did that in his car originally. And if he didn't send me that part, I would have gone back to him. I was like, dude, give me, re-sing it, give me the part. But he sang it. He gave me the thing. And And you notice I muted everybody else when he hit that run. I was just like, no, that's my favorite part of his vocal. And nobody else did that. That was very much like his moment. VP Talk did these cool like background vocals here. Oh, I faded that in because of the like syllables that happened on the front end of that. I cut them off. That out of here that was a great note. But like super fun. Like you hear let's listen to just the guys together. That's another fun exercise. So, because like I think the female vocals are in the lead on this song and in the chorus. So here's a different like take on it's almost like, oh, here's like a remix. Here's just the guys singing.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running.
Yep. So then we got into the last chorus. There's one vocalist that we didn't talk about yet, and that's Deb. I really struggled with whether or not to have Deb's vocal be the lead vocal in the whole chorus of every chorus of every song, or every chorus every time it happened. And I was like, because here's why. Where is her part? Because she gave me one track of audio, one main, and a couple backups, and that was it. Imori sent me 30 tracks of audio. Deb, I think, sent me 3, maybe 4. This was her chorus. Actually, maybe I should play it with like a little bit of music. Hold on, where's the little music? Here.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, take off and never stop running.
Okay, listen to that. This is where I was like tearing my hair out. This is me behind the scenes going like, oh man, like what song do I want to make? I want to make 2 songs now. I want to make the song I've been playing you this whole time, and then I want to make this song separate from it.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. Never stop running. Never stop running.
Open door.
Never stop running. Never stop running. Never stop running.
I mean, come on, you guys. Jeez. That's so good too. So we have a plethora of talent in the song. I love that Deb vocal, and I decided, you know what nobody does is do an entirely different. It's all new notes. Like she's saying, it's pretty monotone too. It's like she's hitting this one note a lot, but because of the soulfulness of it, she makes it, keeps it interesting. And so I was like, I like how it sounds I also like how it sounds with the lead. And if I can find the right balance of them together, then it'll be really good.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll Take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door. No, no, we'll never stop running.
And you know who that was. So
Never stop running.
there he is. That's VP Tuck with the scream at the end. Let's just listen to the whole song with let's just listen to it a cappella. The whole song a cappella with just vocals. That'll be really fun. I've already done this because I had to print a cappella. Whenever you finish a mix, you got to print instrumentals and acapellas. Actually, maybe I forgot now that I say that out loud, because I think management just asked me, like, did you print instrumentals and acapellas? I don't know if we got them. Maybe I forgot. Maybe I forgot to send them. So look at how many fucking vocals there are. I'm sitting here soloing things. I could have just grabbed everything and soloed it. Ugh, here we go. Okay, that was it. From the top, you want to hear the whole thing a cappella?
They tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small, that you were too young. They tell you the chance is too slim, the world is too big, but you say, how come? I'm ready to light a new fire, raise a new flag across a new sea. And if I'm ever the one in your way, then put your head down and run right through me.
So why keep settling for so much less? Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll never stop running.
Second verse.
Yeah. It's something like a shadow in the valley, colossal. Open up your eyes, young one, and be watchful. Behind closed doors, trying to write a new gospel. They are not God, they're not even apostles. I come with the dumb drum banging you breathless. Enemies freeze, left bent and defenseless. Straight for the chest of anybody against us. The more they resist it, the more that they tempt us.
So why keep settling for so much less? Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and
Never stop running.
never stop running. Never stop running. So why keep settling for so much less? Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, something we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door, no, no, we'll never stop running.
Dude, come on. Come on. It's too much. I just realized too, I didn't even show you guys there are a couple other vocals that we didn't focus on. Jesse's vocals in the bridge and P-Talk's vocals in the end of the song. He gave me some really dope ones. That's this right here. I put a lot of reverb on it. I felt like those were important to the song. Sounds important. Yeah. And then Jesse gave me these for the bridge section. I treated those similar. I put both of those things through the same effects chain so that they would fill a similar like space in the song. I didn't want, that was another like thing I had to like use my like logical brain for, is to like make sure that, okay, these background vocals are they're layers by two different people, and I kind of wanted to make sure that they didn't change the color of the song itself too much when they change from one person to the other. So, but yeah, they did a great job. Give it up. They killed it. So many good vocals. Jor had a couple good ad-libs in the end.
Open door before.
Yeah, that was cool too.
We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. So
That's right, enough. Just could hear it.
we're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Yeah, just so many layers, and it is a bit much. Like it's a bit. We call this everything in the kitchen sink. It's like everything you can possibly and keep in mind, I kept 2/3, maybe half of the vocals I was sent in terms of like they sent me a bunch of other vocals too, and for the song I didn't like them. I thought they were cool, but I didn't like them in the song. So this is what we did. That's what we got. That's the song Open Door. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you have fun? Cool? Yeah? Any other questions in the chat? Any questions about what we just listened to? You want me to show, I know there's some producers in the producers and aspiring music makers in the chat. So, if you want to know specific things about the session while I have it open, then now is the moment. Chopped salad tutorial, I love it. I think I just took that based on, like, you can take in Machine, you can take a sound and like play and mute and unmute it with your with the keys. So it would basically be like if the sound goes or if the sound just goes bah, then I can play I can do it there. I think the sound probably didn't go I think it played a different thing, and I just found the notes that I liked. You want to see some of the effects chains? Yeah, for sure. Let's see what we got here. So just looking at the vocal stuff, I'll tell you the things I'm using. So on my vocal for that distorted sound in the verses, that's Decapitator on the vocal. On my overdubs, I used Devil Lock instead of Decapitator. That's a Sound Toys. Come on, screen. So that's the Devil Lock. This is Decapitator. Pretty standard stuff. Autotune, Nectar. Those are on a lot of tracks. Nectar takes up a little more DSP. Like it's a little heavier on your computer. So, and another thing that Nectar does, this is good for aspiring, for people that maybe you're like not that good of a mixer yet. Here's a thing that Nectar does that you guys will appreciate. So you go in here and you can press this button up here called Vocal Assistant, and it'll say, these are two things that it can automate to find a good chain of effects to basically make your vocals sound better. Or to find the place where your vocal's living and change the EQ of a second track so that the second track doesn't cover up your vocal. So let's say you've got a loud distorted guitar and a loud distorted vocal. There's a second plugin you use that's made by, it's a partner, it's like a sister plugin to Nectar. I forget what it's called though. It's Isotope, what is it called? I think it's Relay. So Relay works with Nectar. So you put Relay on your track, on your guitar, and then you press unmask, and the program goes. Okay, you play back your audio, and the program goes, okay, where does your vocal live in the EQ spectrum? And then it goes over to the guitar track, and it carves out. It turns down that spectrum so that there's more, so you can hear the vocal better, which is pretty cool. Assist, even more cool, I think, is you can click that and say next, and then you say, okay, what kind of vibe do I want? Is it dialogue like a podcast? Is it modern vocal or a vintage vocal? And how heavy do you want this to affect your vocal? And you can do that, and you run it and press play, and it'll do the settings for the whole chain for you. I probably did that to some of these. I probably did that to that one we just opened. Because it saves a little time. It's like you do that, and then it's close, and then I go in and I tweak it myself. Like I do change the EQs and whatever, because it does some things I personally don't like. Echo Boy for delays. Oh, there's 3 delays up here, or 3 effects up here. Vintage, Valhalla Vintage, Valhalla Room, and Echo Boy. Nothing surprising there. Oh, there's a robot. I forgot there was a robot vocal. I did a vocal synth one. What's that sound like? I forgot it was in there. Just for the last chorus. Oh, I don't even know why that's in there. I should have muted that. Who needs that when you've got all these great vocals? I should have muted that. It's in there. It's in there low somewhere. Channel strip is just all that is like EQ compression and filters, by the way. So it's just, and here's your effects chain at the top. Volume, EQ, filter, and dynamics is like gate and compressor. So you can say what order do you want those in. You can change your compressor and gate. Choose a side chain if you want. It's useful. It's also low impact on your computer because it's made by Avid, which makes ProTools. So you can open up, I don't know you can open up a ton of those, and your computer won't be very laggy. Same thing with these EQs. These EQs are Pro Tools EQs, so they're DSP efficient. On the super wet vocal, here's an interesting thing on those chorus vocals. So you may say, oh man, I really want to get that heavenly choir going. Here's what I did there. So I ran those vocals into this channel dry. So these are the Jesse vocals from the bridge. These are the P-Talk vocals from the choruses 2 and 3. I ran them into this, and the first thing I put in this chain is reverb. And it's 60% wet, meaning it's the volume of the actual reverb is louder than the volume of the vocal coming in. And it's a kind of longer church, sounds like it's in a cathedral or something. So I put that first, and then I put my other effects after it. I used an LA2A compressor. I used a de-esser so that it doesn't have as much and all that. A EQ, and then that LFO tool. Did I turn it off? Oh, you know what? I put this on in the bridge, I bet. I just automated that in the bridge, I bet. Let's see. Let's find out. No, it's actually off. Oh, I must have tried it and then turned it back off. So that's an inactive plugin. Anything else worth mentioning in this session? If I go over here to the actual track, to the music, what are some things that you guys don't usually see? The chopped salad has a different distortion on it. It has an Air Lo-Fi. Again, this is an Avid plugin, ProTools company plugin. It's a pretty good distortion, a little bright, but that's on this guy here. Here's the sound without that. It's just not as... Just adds like a sizzle, like a a distorted like high end to it. I just felt like that section, since the vocals go away in that section, I felt like it needed something bright that was missing when the vocals left. And that's it. Stuff on the master bus. I'm using. I turned these off for this stream, but I was using. What's it called? Who makes this again? Slate Digital makes the FG Gray compressor, some OTT, Gullfoss, Bass Room, Ozone 8. Actually, I think Ozone 8. Oh, I just used Ozone 8 as a little bit of, it emulates tape distortion. Like if I was recording this onto tape and then mixing from tape, there might be a little bit of like saturation coming from the tape. So I just used a tiny bit of that, and then the limiter. And this 7-band, this EQ that happens after that, there's a couple sections in the song where all the small parts, I put an EQ after the limiter to basically darken and just to minimize the section. So like the pre-chorus, I think, is a section problem. I'm going to guess that that's where I did that move. Let's look. Yeah, pre-chorus. So the intro of the song, the pre-choruses, I turned them. This is a very, like, I want to say this is like a Serban Ganea move, or like even an Andy Wallace, but he wouldn't have done it digitally. Yeah, the idea is like in these quieter sections, you want to subtly remove a little bit of sonic information. You want to take stuff out so that when the chorus comes back in, it pops. Play my voice. Why are you guys requesting? You want me to play my voice? I don't know. Okay, we'll do that. Let's play my voice. For those of you who are not subscribed, we're about to go to a commercial. If you subscribe, you don't need to watch it. But we'll be back for you guys in 60 seconds. And for the rest of you, we'll play my voice. What are we playing? You want me to just play my verse or my singing? You just want my singing, my voice? What does that mean?
They tell you that you should quit trying. You were too small, that you were too young.
This
They
is
tell
just
you the
me.
chance is too slim, the world is
My
too big, but you
harmonies,
say how
my
come?
chorus
I'm
harmonies.
ready to light a new fire, raise a new flag to cross a new sea. And if I'm ever the one in your way, then put your head down and run
Just
right
that?
through me.
So why keep settling for so much less? Don't take what's given, just demand what's next. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before, and when we get out of here, well, no, we'll never stop running.
It's something something like a shadow in the valley, colossal. Open up your eyes, young one, and be watchful. Behind closed doors, trying to write a new gospel. They are not God, they're not even apostles. I come with the dumb drum banging you breathless. Enemies freeze, left bent and defenseless. Straight for the chest of anybody against us. The more they resist it, the more that they tempt us.
Small. There's where that EQ comes in. Makes us a little smaller, even though there's bass.
Given just a man, what's next? We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before.
Late tambourine.
Out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and
Oh, I missed Prashard right there.
So why keep settling for so much less? Don't take what's given, just a man. What's next? We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. Some way to get out of here, a plot twist that we didn't see coming. We're looking for an open door, some we didn't see before. And when we get out of here, we'll take off and never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. No, no, we'll never stop running. When we get that open door. No, no, we'll never stop running.
There's your mic version. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. What do you say we should we make a fast beat, a quickie beat? Quickie beat. Let me see if I can do. Let me turn this off. I'm gonna do. You're gonna hear weird. I'm gonna go to webcam mic for a second. All right. Very echoey room. Here we are. I'm going to make a new session. What day is today? 7/7. Let's see, where do I put this? I gotta find, oh, there we go. We'll do a jam in Pro Tools today. We'll do a jammy jam in Pro Tools. Is it echoing? Oh, you mean like the sound of the whole room. It's not going like ba, 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 right? Just the room. That's called reverb, guys. It's not called echo. Reverb is different than delay, guys. I thought by watching this stream you would be more educated. I thought you would know these things by now. Have I taught you nothing? Room noise or reverb, or I'd say room noise, actually, in this case. Even more so than reverb. Ready? Howdy. How y'all doing? Y'all feeling good? Is there any room noise now? No. You say no. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. So now back to this nonsense. I can't do Oh, I'm mixing up my British. Can't do it. I'm going to do, can't do drums. Oop. Let's see, let's make a few tracks here. I had a couple ideas for like how to approach a track that we haven't tried. Let's see. One of the ideas is to do, let's do a poll. Let's poll this. So one of the ideas is to do almost like a stream of consciousness beginning to end. Like I usually on these streams, I usually make something and then I do a part and then I make a part that comes after it and then I make a part and I loop those parts and like work it out as it happens. But I thought another way of doing it would be to take an instrument and play for 2 minutes or play for 3 minutes and then take another instrument and then play over that and then take another instrument, play. And maybe I don't play the whole time, every instrument the whole time. Maybe I just come in and then I leave. But the idea would be to not loop, not sit in loop mode. So that's one idea. And then the other idea would be to not use any. Idea number 2 is don't use any. Oh, you guys are going to say do both. I don't even need a poll. I don't even need to do a poll because you're going to say both. I can already say. So the other idea is to do a session with no plugins. To just do keyboards and outboard effects, right? I don't need to do a poll. You guys are going to say both. What if I make you choose? What if you're not allowed to? You can't choose both. You have to choose one. Okay, let's do both. I do have to have a click track. I don't even need to both LOL. Okay, new session, nothing on it. Let's see what I'll start with. I liked the other day, the running the Nord through the guitar stuff. Let me try that. Let me try starting with that. So all this is the Nord keyboard with my my original sounds. Ronnie Radke is number 1 in our what do you call it? Top gifters. Ronnie. I don't know Ronnie. And I know that he came by the other day and did Gifted 50 and he called me a boomer, right? Yeah. Thanks, Ronnie. Take my hat off. Why? What's wrong? What do you guys think look at how gross that is right there. All right, but he came in and he did that. I'm not so late. I knew when we were in the middle of something. I didn't want to derail the thing. So second to Ronnie is Yasmina. Is Yasmina in the chat right now? Yasmina, are you here? Yasmina, if you are in the chat, choose a tempo between the numbers. Just pick a random number between 80 and 130. Choose a number between 80 and 130. That's your job right now. I gotta watch to make sure I don't miss her answer. Yes, Yasmina, you're here. Give me a number between 80 and 130. No, not all of you. Yasmina's choosing. What are you guys doing? You're bad at following directions. You guys are bad at following directions, and I can't find her answer. Damn it. Am I going to find it? Did we see it? Oh my God, you're the worst. You guys are all the worst. Okay. I'm going to slowly work my way through these. And it's 100. Okay. 100 is the BPM. My chat, it's anarchy in there. You guys are so rude. So rude. Okay. 100 BPM. That's our tempo. Yeah. Okay. Tight. Okay, so here's some things. You're going to learn some things that. So here's some things that Pro Tools does that Ableton doesn't do. Number one, the music doesn't just keep looping forever. You can make it loop, but you can't like change a bunch of things while it's looping. That's just the thing that Pro Tools doesn't do. Ableton is called Ableton Live because it's set up to do things playing live and staying in a live performance kind of thing. Pro Tools does not do that. Here are some things that it does do. Stays very organized. This box on the left side and the box under here is for comments. I can say this is a Nord, and I can, actually I'll do this in a minute, but I can choose the Nord patch. Oh shit. Okay. I can choose the Nord patch that, I'll show you what I'll show you. Mackie 1314. Boom. Axe Effects 1112. Okay. 1112. I gotta find a good sound here. Let's find a nice sound. Okay. There's that. That's not a nice sound. Okay. I don't know if this is the sound to go with here. Oh, I have an idea. Maybe I should try doing 2 keyboards at once. Shit. Okay. I'm going to try and play 2 keyboards at once here. So this one will be 13, 14. All right. So the Nord is going through, so this is a thing that Pro Tools does. Nord, I can say Nord is going through my pedal board. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nord is going through the, you son of a bitch. I need a new cable. Nord is going through the pedal board with the hog, which has, actually that's off, basically. So it's going through my big sky pedal, which is in a cloud setting, 60% mix. So I can make all these notes. So I can make all these notes about what I'm running things through, and when I come back to the song, if I were to come back to this session in like a month, I could be like, oh, well, I want to change that in those notes, or I want to add another sound, I want to add another part to that, but I don't know what I used. When it comes to this setup, in like a Linkin Park session or a Fort Minor session or any kind of session where I know that it's going to be an ongoing thing for more time, that's really important, because I would write, Strat, Sunburst Strat, bridge pickup. This was my setting. This was what was going on the pedal board. I might take a picture of it and put it in my phone and whatever, and you can bring up that information. Or even as something as simple as like patch number 15 on the keyboard. Like, that's all important stuff. So for this one, this is going to be the OP1. And I don't know what I'm going to play on it yet, so hang on. Okay, I have an idea here. Okay, so we'll try this. I'm going to see how these play together. Let's see. See if I can do both. Okay, we're ready to go. So this is the OP1 on, what is this thing called? Cluster. Cluster through tape echo. Okay. So now I'm just gonna start playing. We're just gonna jam the fuck out. Okay. So that's the length of our piece so far. That's what we have so far. It's kind of quiet, but kind of not. How long is that? Let's look. says it's 4 minutes. Oh. Okay. 4 minutes. Let's do a new part. Now this am I allowed to break the rules? Question for you. It's not rules. We're setting rules. Let's set rules. Am I allowed, if I play a bad note, am I allowed to go back and re-record, like pick the, I will literally play a shitty note and have to keep it? Is that the thing? All right, fine. Depends how bad. No, I can do that. Let me listen to this one more time though, so I can know, just have a little bit of a sense of what I just did, because I don't know what I did. Actually, one other thing that I get to do. If I have to go with a note that I play, then I want to be able at least to mark the different parts. So that's part one. Okay, 2 of those. That means this is 3. So this one is, I'm writing the chord progression just so I know. A, G, D, C. A, G, E, D. This is not a hard aged. Funny. Okay, A, C, F, D. Okay, and then this is something new. At some point, it went lower. Wow. How about 4 of those? And then 4 of those. And then the lower will come here. And then 4. And then out. All right, so those are our markers. Now at least I have like some format of like what I was doing. Just a little bit of that's a little bit of a safety net, just so it's not complete garbage. Since you guys aren't going to let me, sorry, I wasn't on screen, was I? Since you guys aren't going to let me do a, you're going to let me replay. Okay, so North through the fractal is there. I could try a different keyboard through. Let's try the virus. through the pedals. This could be way too aggressive, but we'll see. It could be way too aggressive. I don't know. I'm not sure. We're about to find out. 11, 12. Turn this off. Okay. What's this one sound like? I'll try that. I don't know if it's gonna work. Thanks. Glad you like my orange socks. Virus, and that's through Big Sky Shimmer, and then Fractal 216. So the Fractal 216 is a clean tone, guitar tone. Oh, Virus ramming for. So keep in mind too, like if you were to buy a Virus keyboard or buy a Fractal, you won't have these sounds. These are my sounds. But, ooh, I had a little light flicker. That sucks. I don't like that at all. Save. All right, let's see what happens here. I don't know what's going to happen. I messed up one spot. I didn't like it, but I gotta keep it. Gotta keep it. Didn't play what I wanted to play, but that's okay. Let's do another OP1 thing because I feel like that I wanted that arpeggio to work. The thing that I was trying to do before. Ooh. Oh. I haven't figured out how to do these like arpeggio moves on. Wow. Oh, Blade Runner. Can I do like a sequence? Yeah, I want to. I don't know how to do it. This guy. I overdrove it on a couple of these things, so went too loud. But it is what it is. Okay. Why not? Why not? Why not? Just we'll do some of that. I don't know when it'll happen, but I'll vibe it out. Sorry, I'm turning the metronome down. I hit some weird notes. It was kind of cool. I liked how weird it was. Guitar, maybe? A little like EBow or something? Let's do EBow. I want to put on one of these, it needs more like, hold on, I think this guy. Yeah, this guy needs to be more spacious. So the first virus, that on some of the stuff, on the last session, on the open door session, I showed you this, I was using this plugin, but I'll show it to you. So Waves has the, where is it? PS22X Split. There's a whole bunch of PS22 plugins. This one is a stereoizer. They are all stereoizers, but it'll stereoize based on, so is the reason for this like wine glass shape is that the higher frequencies are more stereo and the lower frequency is less stereo. And then you choose how stereo you want it to be and how low you want that to go. So let me just solo this virus so you can hear it. For those of you listening in headphones or whatever, or have some sense of stereo, here we go. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, so now it's like really in both ears. That's nice. I kind of want it to have maybe a little bit of reverb as well. Let's do the Valhalla. Let's do the room. And I think it needs to be one of these guys. Yeah, that works. Yeah, there we go. Put it in a church. Guitar. Okay. Gotta find a guitar tone now. 12. All right, good times. Let's do those. I think those are cooler. So this is PRS, Sky Shimmer, nothing else, 224. Different distortions, different amps I should say, because this isn't really distorted, but. vibing out. A little brittle. I feel like it didn't. I need some lower end information here, and I don't want it to be. I'm just gonna go straight up like profit. I think without any effects on it. And we have to do an ad break. So for those of you who haven't subbed, we'll be back in a minute. For those that have subbed, we're going to set up the profit. And we're going to run some, maybe like bass tones or something lower end, I think. All right, let's set up the profit. 11, 12. All right. See if this is going to sound cool. That's going to help. From the top. I hope I don't fuck this up. Here we go. Too many aliens. Too many aliens. All right. I think, I mean, you know, a couple weird things at the end, but other than the weird things at the end, it was, yeah. Do you want to do drums? Should I do drums? It could be interesting. How could I do drums? Let me try something. It might be it might be not good to do drums, but let me try one idea. I'm going to do drums out of this guy. And I'm going to send them through a couple outboard effects. Since we're not using Pro Tools effects, I'll send them through, let's see. So I'll go back left into the stressor. Let's do LA2A. Now let's do just stressor. Just stressor. And then into 13. So our drums are going to be mono, I think. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do drums. If I should hand play them or what. Let's find out. So what is it, 13? Okay. So this guy. Huh. Doesn't want to. Oh. Let's get a different drum kit. It's weird that it's like. That's why. Okay. Okay, so these are fucking loud. Okay, those are cool. Also quiet. That's like as loud as it go. I'm going to turn everything else down. Okay. All right, so. Hi, mods. Why are people screaming for mods? We're being invaded by lame people? Spammed by bots? Oh, God. That's fun. This is the first time we've been invaded by bots. Turn on follow mod. This is fun. All right. Anna's on it. She's going to hook it up, get rid of them bots. Yeah, there's like a little, okay, I don't think you can see this, but there's like a little tape function right here. And you can erase the tape, which is what I'm doing right now. And then you can record stuff on the tape. So I'm going to put like a little beat on the tape and I'll loop it. And then we'll use that as like a, I don't know, like a tape loop drum thing. Maybe? We'll find out. Yeah, it's like reel to reel, except you can loop it. I mean, I guess you could loop reel to reel. You would have to just like cut the tape in a certain, you'd have to cut it. And then they used to run it. They used to run like those little reel to reel things like this or like this. And they'd run the tape out around like a microphone stand. And I think it was Public Enemy. I mean, it was one of Rick Rubin's projects, I think, that like did that. Or it was either them or it was a Beastie. Oh wait, no, I think it was Beastie Boys. I think it was on one of those Beastie Boys records. They kind of like invented that. Can you believe somebody invented that? That's such a crazy thing. Okay, so let me see if I can remember how to do this. This might take a second here. Got to turn on the thing, and then. All right, so we've got a metronome. That's good. And then okay, we've got that. And then don't want that. Do you want it to be slow like that? You want that little... like that? All right, cool. Okay, so let me cut this. How do I go back? I want to cut that guy, remove it, and then all right, so I think I got this. Okay, so now I just have to figure out how to loop. How do I loop? In point. Out point. Boom. All right, and now I can turn the metronome down. Oh wait. This metronome's interesting because it goes lower and higher. Okay, so now I can put a second track over top of that of drums, I think. Okay. Okay, so that's my second part. I really want to show you guys the screen here. I'm going to try and get really close to this thing so you can see. So these are like the volumes. These are like my tape parts. Let's see. I'm gonna put that shaker on it. Okay. This is such a funny way to like record this. I don't know how to. Hold on. flip-flop monster. Oh no, it shut off. It ran out of batteries. No, it shut off. I hope it didn't die. Hold on. Let's find out. Is this kind of plug? It's not this kind of plug. Fuck. Hold on, I think it ran out of batteries. I hope it didn't like delete the thing I was making. That would suck. That would super suck. We'll find out. About to find out. Plug it in. Plug it in. Okay. No. Wait, we went from bots invading us and things sucking to hype train? You're on a hype train? Oh, hydrating. I'm hydrating now. Let's find out if we lost it or not. Let's find out. Oh, he didn't lose it. I wonder if I can do yet another thing here. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll find out in a second. I don't know why I can't. I want to do this on a triplet, but it doesn't. I don't think I can make this a triplet grid. Yeah. Can I make it here? No. Alright. It's okay. Yeah, I can't do it. Alright. So I have to put this thing, I have to manually stick this on the grid. Okay, you ready for this? So to going from the top of this song, the beat may like fade in because of the. All right, well, I think I got it here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. go. Oh fuck, I forgot I can do a thing. Hold on. How do I do this? All right, I'm not allowed to change that, huh? I really want to put plugins on it, but I can't. I'm not allowed. I wanted to put plugins on it. Oh, I have a workaround. It's not cheating. This is not cheating because I'm not going to use plugins. But you need to figure out what device. Well, maybe it is cheating. All right, it is what it is. That's the track. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to roll with it the way it is. No plugins. That was intense, though, this. It's chill. I kind of liked it better without the drums. All right. Yeah. Maybe we'll just loop. I can loop, by the way. It will loop. But I am going to turn it down so that we can chat and have a couple questions before I go. Man, I didn't even tell me my vocal thing was so quiet. Wow. Everything was super quiet. Did Mike run advertisements when he was supposed to? Adverts. Wow, that's crazy. I had this so quiet. I'm sorry, you guys. You just put your volumes up. Yeah, now I turned everything up. Turn your volumes back down. I had my volume in my headphones cranked. That's why. Oh, God. Yeah, that's why. Turn up. All right, so we're back. I have a vocal track that's like normal volume again. Oh, man. We're going top 20 with this one. It's a new, maybe top 10. Hit with this track. Actually, I feel like it would be good. It's good like movie music. I mean, here, I'm going to mute the drums because I like the drums, but we spent a little time on those, but I'm going to mute them. I like them, but I didn't love them. This was cooler to me. Movie score. All right. One moment. Okay. How about some questions? How about answering some questions? That'd be cool, right? My ears. Sometimes I'm wearing the headphones for a long time. It makes my ears hurt. All right. Aware Wolf X. Great name. Says, hey, Mike, thanks for the streams. It just dawned on me that the Amsterdam show, I'm assuming that, the Amsterdam show from One More Light Live. It just dawned on me that the Amsterdam show from One More Light Live was on my wife and I's 10th anniversary. Hey. Also, what do you put on your pizza? I'm kind of I could go a couple different ways. I like a veggie pizza. I like when I was a kid, I really loved a mushroom pizza. I was into mushroom pizza. I will eat a Hawaiian pizza with ham and pineapple. Hell yeah. You guys who say that that's not a pizza have not experienced the glory of a proper Hawaiian pizza. It's not an Italian pizza. A Hawaiian pizza is not an Italian pizza. It's a Hawaiian pizza. So there. L. Krishna says, thanks for the streams. You're an inspiration, as always. Thank you. My favorite jam has to be the one at 1:15:15 in your drawing an album cover video. Oh, I don't know which one that is. Is it part of Volume 1. What day was the jam? I can't find it. You know what? El Krishna, all things will be revealed in time. All things will be revealed in time. Even if the thing that is revealed is, I don't know. And sometimes it's okay not to know. You know? Or you don't know. Debris. Oh my God, I had a dream. Debris says, in March 2017, I had a dream where I talked to you face to face. The next morning I woke up and you said, I checked my emails and it said you'd come to my hometown for a concert in Offenbach, Germany. That is a cool dream. I've been to Offenbach. We played Offenbach. I like Offenbach. Let's see. Okay, we're going to take this question and we're gonna not be too dark with it, okay? I'm warning you right now, you can be very dark with this question and we're gonna not do that. Smiles on your faces. Chris Pittbaker says, hey Mike, nerdy question. If Doc Brown gave you the opportunity to travel back in time and change a moment in your life, what would you do it or not? That's a good question, Chris Pittbaker. And I know that you weren't thinking of what I'm thinking of right now when you wrote that question. Because now it becomes painfully obvious what the answer to that question is. So we're going to take that and move that. We're going to put that to the side. And other than that, the joke version was red hair. That's what you guys said in the chat. Red hair. I don't think red hair was the other thing. What else was there? Let's see. Blue hair, red hair. Here's a crazy like to go ahead and just go straight into that, the real answer to that question though. Here's the thing. Here's a what's it called? Like an existential question. If you know somebody who is super depressed and they are, I in the process of the last few years, I've talked to many people who've said that they have a friend or a relative or know somebody who's attempted suicide many times and could like they were like, what should I do? And so the question becomes like, if you had the Doc Brown time machine and you could go back in time and like be there when the person, did it and effectively just be, I'm in your imaginations, like you'd be there and then stop them. But if they're going to keep trying, then being there doesn't fix it, right? So then, what do you do? I don't know what you do. I don't have the answer to that question, Doc Brown. Oh shit. I accidentally in my focus on saying that, I accidentally redeemed a question that I didn't answer from Nanda. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can go into my fulfilled questions and give Nanda their points back. Fuck. Oh, there's Nanda. Nanda 81. Okay, here we go. Oh man, whoa, check this out. Hey Mike, thank you for the streams. I have had corona and still am recovering from this. What difficult is, but you bring a smile on my face. Lots of love from the Netherlands. Okay, good. I got your, Nanda, I got your message. Okay. Cold Front says, the meeting of the ATS documentary suggests the sessions became somewhat stressful towards the end. Can you talk about what was going on at that time? Were there fears of missing deadlines? Oh. Justin. Cold Front is Justin. That's going to be hard to remember, Justin. Hard to remember that Cold Front is Justin. By the way, you guys, I'm not good at remembering. I'm not good with names. I apologize already. If your screen name doesn't say your name, ATS sessions got stressful at the end. Well, they got stressful at the end because they were like, hold on, I'm trying to turn this guy down. There we go. The ATS sessions got stressful at the end because they were like, we were trying to get the record wrapped up and we had committed to a deadline, and then the deadline was starting to approach, and then we realized that it was like, oh, we've got, a real deadline. And that's really the only reason. It was just like trying to keep ourselves on track to like do the thing we said we were going to do and finish the record. It wasn't stressful the way like Hybrid Theory was stressful, or the way Minutes to Midnight was stressful. Hybrid Theory was stressful because the guy from the label was being horrible and trying to like change everything. The Minutes to Midnight sessions were getting stressful because it felt like it never would have, like we were never going to put a record out. It was just like going around in circles over and over, and making more demos and making more demos. So, this is a good, I don't remember the answer to this next question. Cope07 has a guitar specific question. She is a guitar junkie. Says guitar junkie here. Let's say I buy an album guitar tab book from Hal Leonard. Is the artist asked to provide official chords and notes, or is all the tab done by a hired hand to guess transcribe? I don't remember. I have not ever participated in, I have personally never done those. So I've never made them, I've never sat down and said, this is what I wrote. At the same time, I know that our stuff is not super complex, so you can hear the notes. So you wouldn't need to be some kind of like virtuoso to figure out what the guitar part on what I've done is, for example. But I haven't been asked, so that's my answer. I don't know, but probably the artist is not asked. Norway Stong says, well, thanks for the streams. What does Anna think is the weirdest tradition you brought into the family? And do you hope your kids will keep them when we grow up? The weirdest tradition, huh? I'm gonna stop this music. The weirdest tradition might be like, I don't think we have weird traditions, actually.
Sorry about that.
Oh my God. Siri's talking to me. I hate that. How much do you hate when your phone, I don't even have like, hey Siri on. I guess it's when I accidentally push the button. That's always weird. Hold on a second. Crap. I wanted to put on, so here's another thing to know. If ProTools is using the IO, then other things can't use it, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. Can't use it. So you can't, like, I can't play music from my Spotify or iTunes while Pro Tools is turned on, which is lame, right? What I can do, I can make a new track and then play stuff off my phone, I guess. We need a vibe changer. We need to change the vibe right now. Correct our vibe. Right? Let's change our vibe. Let's see here. Doing it. 13, 14. This is gonna pop on right now. Woo! Hot. Shit came up. There we go. Hi. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see the wombat hugs in the good to see the wombat hugs in the chat. What are you guys gonna have for lunch? I'm gonna have a probably seafood pasta. We made a shrimp pasta the other night, and it was fucking delectable. And I'm going to have the leftovers of that. So that's very exciting because it was delicious. Can you feel it? Can you feel the excitement, ladies and gentlemen? In a world where there is only one raccoon who can save us all. Where dragons come down from the highest mountains to steal bells from those less fortunate and weak. There stood a man. There stood a raccoon. Wait, is Tom Nook the good guy or the bad guy? Tom Nook's the good guy, right? He's bad. There stood a raccoon who never hesitates to take what isn't his. I'm currently on Animal Crossing. I currently owe Tom Nook 1.2 million bells for my upstairs. Does that seem a little extreme? Seem a little steep for an upstairs? My house is only one room wide from the outside. Oh, here's a personality test. If you're playing Animal Crossing and you get your original house, which is one room, right? First you get a tent, then you get a house with one room. And then you start adding rooms and you get a room. You have your first room that you started with, and then you have a new room. So you've done your first edition with Tom Nook. How do you refer to your house? Do you say you have one room, or do you say you have two rooms? Please discuss. Someone just said, Raya said, I haven't paid off my second room. But do you mean your second additional room, or do you mean your first additional room, your second room? Because once you get the first room, does the first room count as a room? The first room is a common room. It's not a bedroom. And some people are saying one bedroom house, but then what if you add two rooms? Now you've got two new rooms, technically three rooms, but if one of them is bedroom and the second one is a music room, or it's a turnip room, or it's a gym, or it's a turtle room to put your turtles. I said turtles really weird today. I don't know why. Turtles. That's how I say turtles from now on. Just turtles. Oh, Julio? Julio is so nice. What kind of pet is Julio? Oh, he's a turtle. Tortuga. Couple questions. I didn't answer Nori Song's question about weird traditions because I don't think we have any. We celebrate Japanese Children's Day. We celebrate. We do Halloween. We do all the normal ones like Arbor Day. No, not really. Hey, Major Ivan 88 says, Mike, thanks for all the streams. Of all the nicknames and the people gave you, which one is your favorite and why? I don't have a favorite. Meek is my favorite. I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite. It's not up to me. I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to nicknames, that one should not give nor endorse endorse a nickname for themselves. Yeah. I don't do it. Do you remember, who was it? There've been a few people that have, like, in basketball tried to, like, give themselves their nickname or change their nickname. I think of Big Baby Davis immediately. They called him Big Baby, and then he got sick of being Big Baby, and he tried to get other nickname, but it didn't stick. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to... Nicknames are not your... It's not up to you. Meek Bertone P says, why Debris? Why wasn't Debris released? Why doesn't it have a second verse? It's a lit demo. Hashtag come to Brazil. Bertone, thank you. I always liked Debris. It is a good demo. I tried to play with it. I got as far as the demo that you've heard that's on LP, one of those LPU releases. I got that far with it, and I submitted it to the band. We had our Monday meetings, like, here are demos. I submitted it to the band a few times, and I was like, I like this track, and nobody else liked it. So I just didn't finish it because nobody was into it. So it is what it is. And that's sometimes how it works, guys. see. RD Drum Course says, I want to do drum covers of your instrumental songs. On Twitch, in general, I don't know. You're allowed. You could do that. That's fine. They come out on Friday. The first batch comes out on Friday, as you know. Drop Frames, Volume 1, out Friday. I think we're my instruction to management and whoever is to white label them for use on Twitch and playback on Twitch. So that album, you can use it on Twitch, play it in the background of your streams, and you don't have to worry about it getting muted when they switch to video on demand. So we talked about that before, but that's a concern for streamers. I'm going to white label mine so that you can use them. That also means if you want to play a drum cover of them on Twitch, you can do that and post a video on demand. And if you do it on YouTube, just give me credit wherever you do it. Give me credit, and YouTube will automatically, they find stuff that gets used and posted by fans, and the artists get paid. So it's all good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they get paid. I don't know the exact breakdown of the whatever CPMs or whatever. The CPM. But let's see here. Okay. Oh gosh, there's a lot of questions now, you guys. All right, I'm gonna do one more question. I'm gonna get out of here. Mike, can you talk a little bit about how to make a good drum beat? Stuff like basic rhythms and techniques. I watched a few YouTube videos, but I want to hear from you. That is Zach is Rising Sun. Zach is Rising Sun. Zach, I think it's mostly about grabbing and finding sounds that you like, and then once you do it for a while, you'll start to get a sense of what sounds you like and what sounds sound good together and sound good on certain tracks. Usually when I'm picking sounds to put on the pads, I do it with the music playing so that I know how they sit in the song, usually. And then in addition to that, I usually do it in loop mode. Sometimes I'll play with the beat a little bit, and then I'll put it in loop mode and do it over the track. There isn't a right or wrong way though. So, good question. Great questions overall. It's time to head out, and I'm looking for a raid. Our boy Dave is on. Oh God, why didn't I say it? I forgot. You guys, we have a big day tomorrow. Holy shit. Tomorrow, I am gonna do a thing with Dave Greco. Okay, you knew because Dave posted about it, and then I didn't want to repost the thing with Dave because it was 4th of July stuff and all this whatever, and new single and blah, blah, blah. Okay, listen, here's what we're gonna do. Dave Greco and I chatted. He has partner status on Twitch. I have affiliate status on Twitch. So I can't, because I'm not a partner, I can't yet do a collabo stream together. That's not allowed at affiliate status. So I can't do that with him. When I get it, if I ever get it, we'll do that. But Dave and I had this idea. I was like, what if we do, we both start a drawing on stream, and both of our channels will be running at the same time. So both channels are gonna run, and then every, did we say hour or half hour? 30 minutes or 1 hour? Every so often, I forget. We're gonna email the two drawings to each other, the digital file. So I'm gonna start, And then 30 minutes later, I'm going to send him mine, and he's going to send me his. And you guys are going to be like, Mike, time's up. Stop drawing. Stop filling in that eye. That's it. Our theme is going to be, should I say, did he tell you what the theme is? Did he give it away? Do you know? Do you know? He did not tell you. Good. I'll tell you this. It's really random. It's super random, and it's fan art. We were just talking, and we're both fans of a thing. And I was like, do you like this thing? Do you like this thing? And he's like, yeah. I could tell he was like, yeah, I like that, but I don't want to draw that. And then he said a thing, and I'm like, yeah, I love that thing. Let's draw that thing. So, it's not Pokemon. Nope. So we both are gonna draw a thing in the same theme, and then we're gonna send our drawings back and forth until 1 o'clock. And we'll see how far we get. If we get to the point where it's done, then great. If we don't, then maybe we do it the next day. I don't know what. But Dave's cool. He's not, when we were chatting, he's not a dick. And hopefully neither am I. And so we're going to do that tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow. Big day. Me and Dave Greco are going to go. We're going to tag team 2 pieces of art. He's going to help me not suck. Hopefully. I'm going to get to we're going to work on the pieces together. Join us. We'll start at 10 o'clock. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the I'm gonna send you guys to Dave's channel right now. For those of you that don't know, now you will know. The great Dave. And yeah, it'll be an art day tomorrow. Rating, Dave. All right. Thanks for the day. Oh, and thanks for the support on Open Door and Drop Frames coming Friday. Thanks, guys. Bye.